Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are on lesson 166 in the Course in Miracles, and I'm going to have to chop this. And this is, I am trusted with the gifts of God. All things are given you. God's trust is limitless. He knows His Son. He gives without exception, holding nothing back that can contribute to your happiness. And yet, unless your will is one with His gifts are not received. But what would make you think there is another will than His? There is a paradox that underlies the making of the world. The world is not the will of God, and so it is not real. Yet those who think it is real must still believe there is another will, and one that will lead to opposite effects from those. He wills impossible, and indeed, but every mind that looks upon the world and judges it as certain, solid, trustworthy, and true believes in two creators or in one Himself alone, but never in one God. The gifts of God are not acceptable to anyone that holds such strange beliefs. He must believe that to accept God's gifts, however evident they may become, however urgently he may be called to claim them as his own, is being pressed to treachery against himself. He must deny their presence, contradict the truth, and suffer to preserve the world he made. Here is the only home he thinks he knows. Here is the only safety he believes he can find. Without the world he has made, he is an outcast, homeless, and afraid. He does not realize that here he is afraid indeed and homeless too. An outcast wandering so far from home, so long away, he does not realize he has forgotten where he has come from and where he goes and even really who he is. Now that we live and we cannot die, the wish for death is answered, and the sight that we look upon is now has been replaced by the vision which is perceived, which you are not what you pretend to be. One who walks with you, who gently answers all your fears with his merciful reply, "It is not so." He points to all the gifts you have each time he thought of poverty, oppress, and speaks of his companionship when you receive yourself as lonely and afraid. Your sighs will now betray the hopes of those who looked to you for release. Your tears are theirs if you are sick, but behold your healing. What you fear but teaches them to fear